you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I want. Mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. Truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to...
Man, someone seriously needs to check Kanye West. He's spiraling out of control again. He's been wilding on Twitter for weeks now, and every post just gets messier. This time, though, he might have crossed the wrong line, and so here's what went down. Kanye just came for Beyonce and Jay-Z, but it didn't stop there. Instead of sticking to his usual shade about them being too elite, he dragged their kids into it, especially the twins. He said some downright awful stuff, like things no parent should ever have to hear from someone they once called a friend. And let's be real, Beyonce usually keeps it low-key and classy, never one to hop into online beefs, but word on the street, she's done. She's not staying silent this time, and sources say she's ready to clap back hard. Apparently, she's planning to teach Kanye a serious lesson, one he won't forget anytime soon. This whole situation is a full-blown mess. Kanye clearly underestimated Beyonce's patience, and now it's looking like he just lit a fire he can't put out. What's even crazier, these three used to be tight, like real close. Their bond was iconic, and fans could tell there was genuine love there. So for it to get this ugly, nobody saw that coming, but now it's not just drama, it's personal. Let's get into what Beyonce might be plotting, because if anyone can pull off the ultimate silent revenge move, it's her. For a long time, it looked like nothing could mess with their friendship. Kanye, Beyonce, and Jay-Z were locked in. But about a decade ago, things started to fall apart, and fast. Most folks like to blame Kim Kardashian for the fallout, but truth is, it was Kanye himself who wrecked it with his messy behavior. From the jump, he kept crossing lines, airing out private stuff and throwing public shade just because they didn't meet his idea of what real friends should be. Like, what kind of friend blasts you every time he feels ignored? Take 2016, for example. Kanye was on stage and flat out accused Beyonce of rigging an award. He said she pressured the event organizers into giving her the win over him, and even claimed she wouldn't perform unless she got the trophy. That's a wild thing to say about someone you used to call family. And the drama didn't stop there. That same year, he went after Jay-Z too, calling him out for not checking on him and Kim after the Paris robbery. He made it all public like it was nothing. Then in 2022, Kanye really took it to another level. He straight up claimed Jay-Z and Beyonce were out here doing shady stuff, real serious accusations, and even suggested they were being controlled. Like, who even says that? Beyonce kept her cool through it all, which is honestly impressive. But now, she's done staying quiet. What flipped the switch was Kanye dragging her kids into it. Out of nowhere, he started saying there's something off about her twins. And that's when everything changed. You just don't come for a mother's children, not like that. Kanye really crossed the line with this one. He jumped on Twitter and tweeted something wild like, wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? And it didn't stop there. He followed it up with a bizarre comment about artificial insemination being a blessing and said having kids is a choice, like he was trying to imply something shady, just straight up out of pocket. He did delete those tweets eventually, but not because he felt bad. Nope. Kanye straight up admitted the only reason he took them down was to avoid getting his Twitter flagged. He made it crystal clear he wasn't sorry, saying, I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down because there was a possibility of my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person. And then he ended it by saying, F them and their entire family. That's cruel, uncalled for, and beyond disrespectful, especially towards kids who've done nothing to him. And what makes it even worse? Kanye knows full well that Beyonce and Jay-Z keep their twins out of the spotlight for a reason, especially Sir. He's barely seen in public because Beyonce's been trying to protect him. She even opened up about how tough it was bringing the twins into the world. In her Vogue interview, Beyonce shared that she weighed 218 pounds the day she gave birth to Rumi and Sir. She was swollen from toxemia, stuck on bed rest for over a month, and had to go through an emergency C-section. She said, "My health and my baby's health were in danger. We spent many weeks in the NICU. That's real pain." She was in survival mode. After the surgery, she talked about how her body felt different, how her organs had shifted, and how she needed serious time to heal. And now, after everything she's been through, some grown man is out here trying to stir up hate against her children. Let's not forget how folks used to bully Blue Ivy too. Grown adults calling her hair nappy and saying she was ugly when she was just a baby. That kind of hate is disgusting. And Kanye knows it. He just doesn't care. Blue Ivy is 13 now, and folks are still throwing shade her way online, so it's no shock that Beyonce goes the extra mile to shield her twins, especially Sir, from all that negativity. Lately, people have really started noticing how protective she is of him. He wasn't at her Super Bowl halftime show or even at the Good Morning America sit-down for the Lion King movie. Blue Ivy and Rumi were both there, showing up proud and confident, but Sir, nowhere in sight. Same thing happened at the actual Super Bowl. Blue and Rumi were spotted, but Sir was a no-show. And you already know what happened next. People on the internet started making up all kinds of wild stories. Some started claiming he might have autism, while others pushed the messed up idea that Beyonce's ashamed of him because he might have a disability. It got real ugly, real fast. The crazy part? Beyonce and Jay-Z never said a word. They've kept it tight-lipped, not even mentioning him publicly. And that silence just made folks even more nosy. People kept asking, why is Blue Ivy out here shining on award show stages and Rumi popping up here and there, but Sir stays completely out of sight? Some fans believe Beyonce and Jay-Z are just doing what good parents do, protecting their son from a world that's already proven to be nasty. But of course, others think there's a bigger story that's being hidden. Well, Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom, wasn't about to let those rumors slide. She stepped in and made it clear people got it all twisted. According to Ms. Tina, there's no secret, no drama. Sir just likes his peace and quiet. He's a private kid who doesn't care for the fame, and that's it. Not every child wants the spotlight, and not every parent is gonna force it. Beyonce's doing what any mama would do, keeping her baby safe. Tina Knowles, who's always been tight with her grandbabies, finally gave fans a rare peek into who Sir really is. In a recent interview, she shared a little about his vibe, saying, "Sir is a very, very smart child. He likes numbers and he's very low-key. Unlike his sisters, who are a bit more into the spotlight, Sir just prefers to stay in his own little world, focused on what he loves."
Can you tell us a little bit about Rumi and how excited
Well,
you are?
Rumi is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator. And so, I mean, how could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is creativity and fashion and the whole thing.
What is Sir interested in?
Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashion stuff.
From the sound of it, Beyonce and Jay-Z are just doing what good parents should do, listening to their kid and giving him the space he wants. That's real parenting. And here's the wild part. Kanye's out here blasting them for keeping Sir out of the public eye. Yet he's the same one who's been demanding privacy for his daughter, North. He's been dragging Kim Kardashian online, saying he doesn't want North all over social media or exposed to fame too early. But when Beyonce chooses to give her child that same protection, suddenly it's a problem? Come on now, that's straight up hypocritical. But looks like Queen Bey has had enough of the disrespect. According to Page 6, she might actually be gearing up to take legal action against Kanye for the disgusting things he posted about her twins. The outlet reported that Jay-Z and Beyonce find it shocking that Kanye West attacked their two youngest children in a disgusting all-caps rant via X on Tuesday evening. They're not playing around this time. Apparently the couple is seriously considering how to respond, whether it's through legal channels or dealing with it behind closed doors. Either way, they're not letting it slide. It's one thing to go after grown folks, but when you start coming for people's kids in such a vulgar and offensive way, that's a whole different level, and Jay and Bey are ready to handle it. Fans came hard for Kanye after his outrageous tweets. Nobody was holding back. One person commented, "No matter how you feel about Beyonce, this is disgusting," and they weren't wrong. Folks dragged him for the double standard too. How you gonna slam Bey for keeping her kids private when you put your own daughter on a song with Diddy? People are done making excuses for him. Another fan said he's clearly mentally unwell. I'm tired of folks defending this man. He called Beyonce's kids the R word, claimed George Floyd died from fentanyl, and said slavery was a choice. What more do y'all need to finally hold him accountable? The internet is fed up, and it's about time. And let's not forget that embarrassing moment when Kanye broke down crying on stage because Jay-Z and Beyonce wouldn't let North come over for play dates with Blue Ivy. He was begging for their attention back then. But now, he's out here saying the most foul things about their children. The switch up is wild. People in the comments were shook, with some saying, I really wish Beyonce and Jay-Z were who y'all want them to be. Some folks seriously deserve to disappear. Yeah, the energy was intense, and it shows just how deep this mess goes. But now it's your turn. How do you feel about Kanye's disturbing tweets and the way he keeps dragging innocent kids into his drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, down, and don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.